Skip, the Titans have the type of team that can cause the Patriots problem.
I agree.
Because that big... Skip, did you know over the last 6 games, Derrick Henry had more rush yards than Le'Veon Bell had the entire season? In the last 6 games of the season.
Okay.
He can run it.
Yep.
The weather is reported maybe slush, maybe snow.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that can pound you.
It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be rainy, something. Yeah.
And that's the type of game that he can excel in because they can run it. And New England has done a poor job of stopping the run, especially over the last half of the season. They also have 2 receivers outside that can separate. They have a quarterback. You look at the last month, and he was an AFC Player of the Month, Ryan Tannehill. He's done a great job.
He has.
He's done an unbelievable job since he was inserting into the starting lineup. New England, Skip, for me, if they can't run the football, I think it's going to be a problem. And if you've seen the only resemblance that we've seen the Patriots go back to being themselves is that when they played Buffalo and they could run the football.
Yep.
Sonny Michel, Rex Burkhead, they ran the football, and then they got play action, and Tom Brady hit a lot of wide-open receivers. I took the Titans in this ball game because they're better defensively than you think. They can get after the quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of screens, a lot of draws. I love Mike Vrabel because this team embodies what he was about.
Sure.
He's not spectacular, but he just did his job. He did his assignment. He was where he was supposed to be, caught a bunch of touchdowns on the goal line, even caught one in the Super Bowl. I took the Titans 23-20, Skip, because I think they have the type of team that can cause a problem for the Patriots. And the Patriots, Skip, we've seen the Patriots struggle at different points in time during the season, but not a prolonged struggle on the offensive side of the football. We've seen them maybe a game 2, game 3 here and there, and they're like, wow, what's going on with the Patriots? But we've seen a prolonged struggle, and we haven't seen that from this team. So I took the Titans 23-20 over the Patriots.
So, for once, when it comes to the New England Patriots, I can't disagree with the word you just said. And I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I'm about to pick Ryan Tannehill over Tom Brady in a playoff game in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And I never thought I would see the day I would be relegated
You've
to
never
doing
picked
this.
anybody over Tom Brady.
I'm surprised by this.
This is not because Tom Brady has succumbed to Father Time. He has not. It's just because right now, right here, in this game, the Titans are just a better football team than the New England Patriots are at this moment. And I never thought I would see the day in Foxborough last Sunday when the New England Patriots lost a must-win football game.
They were trying to win that game,
to the Miami Dolphins featuring Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic.
He had the magic.
I never thought I would see the day when that was a do or die for this Patriot team. With the teetering dynasty, obviously what was on the line was 2 weeks off to play one home game to get to the rematch in Baltimore. And I would have liked New England's chances with 2 weeks to get ready for a home game. I don't know if it's going to be my homeboy or whoever it's going to be. But I would give them a good shot under that circumstance to win that game to get back to Baltimore and maybe pull off the upset in Baltimore.
Right.
Not this way, because now they're forced to play on a short week, an extra game to have to win a home game, to go on the road, to have to win a road game, to get to a Baltimore road game. It's just too much for this battered football team. And the only guy who's battered is Julian Edelman. He's just a shell of himself. I know he said yesterday, feel better than I have at any point all season. Baloney, you do.
Exactly.
He's battered. He's got a shoulder. He's got a knee. He was a decoy, basically, decoy against the Dolphins. So I never thought I would see the day that Tom Brady did what he always does. He pulled off a drive, and they went down and scored, and they went up 4 points on the Dolphins. And then I saw Bill Belichick's defense in Foxborough give up a 13-play, 75-yard drive to Fitzmagic. They didn't just need a field goal. They had to go score a touchdown. How did that happen? It's not the same defense at Foxborough. Must win, no. So how can I pick New England to win a must-win playoff game, a win-or-go-home playoff game? I just can't because of what you just detailed. Derrick Henry led the league in rushing.
He did.
This defense...
And he missed the game.
And he missed a game. And this defense is not stopping the run. And it started with the loss at Baltimore, and they have plummeted to 10th in the league versus the run.
Right. Well, it started against Cleveland, but we overlooked it because they were so far ahead, Skip. They're like, well, they're just getting up trash yard.
You got it. So I'm looking at Bill Belichick has strapped Tom Brady with his worst supporting cast by far. His offensive line is ranked 14th in pass blocking, so it's somewhere middle of the pack. They're now 18th in rushing. It's just not good enough against Tennessee because Tennessee was 5-3 on the road. Tennessee took this team all apart at Tennessee last year, so they're going to come in with a lot of confidence.
Yes.
And they've been notorious for going in and sort of spoiling the party for my Dallas Cowboys last year on Monday Night Football. Remember that? Just before Amari sort of kicked in. And then... what did they do this year? Remember game 1 at Cleveland? The Browns were the it team. They went in there and won 43-13.
Skip, you remember the playoff game? They went to Kansas City. They were down 21-3.
They were.
And Derrick Henry started running wild, and all of a sudden, that was Mariota.
That was Mariota.
Skip, people don't realize Ryan Tannehill is number 1 in yards per attempt, number 3 in completion. He finished 8th in QBR.
He did. He's found a home. And again, I've never been a fan of his. You can look it up. I was not a fan of his going into that draft. I watched him a lot at Texas A&M. He's a former receiver that they turned into a quarterback, which is always like a bad sign because you've seen quarterback receivers before, like the little guy who plays for your Eagles now. We're going to talk about them in a little bit, Greg Ward Jr. But the point is, Ryan Tannehill went there. He was recruited as a receiver, and he sort of tried out at quarterback. And they said, "Oh, you can wing it, and you're a big kid who can run a little bit." Well, he's 0-6 at Foxborough, and I think he's about to be 1-6 because Tom Brady's receivers are dead last in separation in the league. No surprise. And the tight ends are dead last in the league in production. So you went from Gronk to dead last. You went from Antonio Brown to can't separate, right? So I don't see, it's like staring you right in the face.
I'm surprised they didn't go back and try to get Martellus Bennett out of retirement.
Well,
he'd have been better than what they got.
Oh, Matt LaCosse, really?
Oh, I don't know. Tom Brady 20-3 though in home playoff games.
Yeah, but most of those losses normally come in wild card rounds.
Yeah, fair. I mean, when they
do. And New England's never won a Super Bowl off this path. This is a hard path, man.
And the thing is, Skip, like last year they caught fire. They were able to run the football, and they ran the football down people's throats. They had Tom. Tom was doing Tom things when he needed to.
He did.
But when you can run the ball like this and play action off it, it makes Tom's job a lot easier. And the offense, because the defense have to sit there, we got to hold in and stop this run. And so that just split second gives Tom an extra step to get back there and survey the field. But this is not the Patriots team. This is the first time. I don't think anybody can say, man, they look like the Patriots. No, they haven't looked like the Patriots all year.
There was that glimpse against Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo and Pittsburgh were the two games we like.
But that was opening.
The opening, right. And in between, you're like, what's going on with the Patriots?
And you just brought up Mike Vrabel, but he is the flip side of Jason Garrett. He is a commander.
Yes.
He inspires extreme overachieving effort, and he inspires fear in his locker room because he is a tough guy. He is a no-nonsense, I will take no guff off nobody kind of a guy.
You're right.
Flip side of Coach Clapp.
Played for Belichick for 8 seasons.
He did.
He knows him well. He knows the mentality. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but could Jason Garrett soon be the coach of the New York Giants?
I hope so.
No.
We're going there.
Do it.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.